Hey guys, welcome back to the another episode. Today we are going to talk about Jordan Peterson's latest book, Beyond Order 12 More Rules for the Life. I just finished up this book, and Jordan Peterson is one of the great person when it comes to understanding humans, when it comes to understanding philosophy and how the human psychology works. So in this book he talked about the 12 rules, actually 12 more rules that will help you to understand the world, the human much better way. I already made one video on his previous book. You can check it out here or in the I button, and let's understand what are those 12 rules. Rule 1 says do not carelessly denigrate social institution or creative achievement. Each rule of this book is divided into subcategory. Like every rule has 3 or 4 points which is cover the actual importance of that rule. Rule 1 specifically is all about understanding the sanity. What is a social institution? What are your creative achievement? And you should not do denigrate this carelessly, because in this rule Peterson asks one question: what we should point out, and that question or that paragraph will help you to understand what is actually is rule 1. In this rule he also talks about the bottom up hierarchy, which is really important when it comes to the social status, when it comes to understanding the society. He also talks about the equality and the balance. What is the necessity of equality and what is the necessity of balance. Rule 1 is all about understanding your requirement, understanding your social achievement, and understanding your creative achievement. Rule 2 says imagine who you could be and aim single-mindedly towards that. This rule is kind of my favorite because I have understood this rule very well. Actually, I have witnessed this rule in my life, because when I started everything online in my second year of my college days, then I realized that if I want to create something great, then I have to focus on only one thing. That's my bookish journey, that's my freelancing work, or whatever it is. I have to focus in that completely, with full concentration. Then and only I can able to achieve it. So this rule is all about that, and this is one of my favorite rule in this book. One thing I really liked about this rule, when we start reading this rule, there is a concept of the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secret, which is really amazing. He talks about the how Harry is from the orphan, what are the problems he faced. So he explains everything from the Harry's perspective, like from the J.K. Rowling Harry Potter book perspective, that how we can achieve everything in our life if we can dedicatedly focus on something really great, that something really matters to it. And this is a rule about that, all the concept of concentration and why you should focus single-mindedly on a particular thing. Rule 3 is all about do not hide unwanted thing in the fog. So first, if you want to understand this rule, first you have to understand what is the fog. There are different types of fogs. Obviously, fog is just used as a metaphor, but he when it want to talk about the fog, he talks about the society, culture, a lot of things. I'm not going to go deep dive into what exactly the fog is, because it can be different for everyone. It depends on your perspective, it depends on your situation, it depends on a lot of things. But there is one thing I really enjoyed in this rule, which is just not worth the fight. There are few times in our life that we think that okay, this is something not worth the fight. It's your job, it's maybe some another job. It's probably because we get comfortable in same situation and we want to move out of that situation. We know that our growth is at another place, but we try to stick to the same position, which is all about this rule that never underestimate or never hide unwanted things in the fog. Rule 4 says notice that opportunity lurks when the responsibilities are abdicated. So this is another great rule, or which is another my favorite rule, because I have read that Spider-Man quote that with great powers comes great responsibility, but unless and until you don't have responsibility, you will never get a great power in real life. Like if you are at the manager position, obviously you have some great responsibility. That's why you are at the management position, or you are at the CEO level, whatever your level is. It's just because you have all the responsibility. So it's connection between the opportunities and the responsibilities. So the responsibilities may give you more opportunities, but if you do not take the responsibility, then you will never get the best opportunities in the world. He also talks about that how you can take responsibility and how taking responsibilities will give you a beautiful path or a meaningful path to get great things in your life. He also tries to connect the happiness and the responsibility, which which I believe which is kind of really good connection. But I really liked when he tried to connect the opportunities and the responsibilities, because the more responsibility you will take, the more opportunities you will get in your life. Rule 5 is all about do not do what you hate. I mean, he want to say that never do the things which you really hated. But I am slightly against this rule, because in your life there will be a point you have to do some hard things, you have to get through some hard environment, you have to get through some hard networks or the hard situation to get great things in life. Ask any CEO or ask any bigger person or entrepreneur, they will say that they passed the hard situation, that's why they are here. So I'm slightly against the rule this, but maybe you may agree on this. If you are going to compare the work life balance, if you are going to compare your job, and then there are chances that most of the people will agree on this. But from my perspective, it is a kind of, I'm against that rule, and it's okay to have different perspective. You can have your own perspective and I have this my own perspective, so it's completely agree. But I believe you have to go through some hard things to get better things in the life. Rule 6 is all about abandon ideology, because ideology is something we all follow. Like, we follow all the great people, we want to be like them, we want to be whatever your favorite person or whatever your idol is. But there is one concept I read in another book, that is, I guess, the Rudest Book, where he says do not follow person but admire them. Because when you follow person, you want to act like them, you want to wear clothes like them, you want to follow each and every step, like what they are doing, what they are eating and everything. When you admire any person, then you take the good things from that person. It's much better than following the person. So it's all about, this chapter is all about the ideology, that why you should not make the ideology with the great people, why you should not follow the ideology. So it's really important to stop ideology, and rather than, it's better to admire people. That's what even I believe. I read this concept in 1 year back in another book, and today, after reading this concept in this book, I really thought that it was really helpful in my life. Rule 7 is all about work as hard as you can on at least one thing and see what happens. So in this rule, he talks about the best beautiful example of the coal, because when the coal is heated below the earth's surface with high intensity, then the atoms start rearranging and it becomes the diamond. And diamond talk about the light reflection. A lot of things have explained really beautiful in the first few pages of this rule. Obviously, every rule consists of a lot of examples, and I'm going to talk about at the end of this video, so make sure you watch till the end. But talking about this rule, I really witnessed this rule in my life, because when I started my job, then I really wanted to work on something on my own. So I started everything from the scratch, and I really worked on at least one thing, which is freelancing. And now I can see that everything worked really, really well. So if you are the person who have never followed or never worked on any single thing, then you should definitely do that. Rule 8 says try to make one room in your home as beautiful as possible. Well, in the last book, he also talks about you are making your bed, why you should, whenever you wake up, you should first do your bed thing and everything about that. If you have read this book, then you know what is the concept of this. Even in this book, he talks about a complete room. Try to decorate room as as beautiful as you can. He talks about the why you should build the relationship with the beauty. Even he talks about his own example when his family tried to do things beautifully, because the reason he says, because you have to build a connection with the beauty, and the way you build the connection with the beauty, the way you understand the beautiful things around you. So that's the reason he says that try to build at least one room in your house as beautiful as you can. Jordan Peterson says that making something beautiful is very, very difficult, and it is extremely awesome when you try to build the beautiful things. It's all about the building connection with that beauty and having great relationship with the beauty. Rule 9 says if old memories upset you, try to write them down carefully and completely. So in this rule, he asked the first question, that is really, really great. And even when I read this question, I have to pause a bit and understand what he wants to say. So the question is it yesterday finished for you? And when I read this question, I literally stopped for a moment and I started thinking about, is it yesterday really finished for me, or I keep on thinking about my past, or I keep thinking about my whatever happened, bad things in the past. Well, if that happened with you, then you have to write down everything on the paper as much as in details, like each and every details you have to write it down on paper. So it's kind of a journaling, or it's kind of a giving the gratitude we do things in the journaling. So this is the same concept he talk about. And he also says that do not fall in the same pit twice. He talks about his own personal life example when he and the client was talking about the same past thing, and he asked client to write down everything, whatever is going in your mind, whatever is in your past, write down beautifully and carefully with lot of details. And he asked that client to read out loudly. Whenever Jordan Peterson feels that okay, there is something information is missing, then he give another task to write them even more details. So it's all about, I believe, the gratitude and journaling. So if you are in this category, and if you want to follow this rule, you should check out this book and read this example. Rule 10 says plan and try to work a romance in your relationship. Well, obviously this is not for me, because I am single and I am right now in my 20s, 23-year-old. So I don't think right now this is applicable for me, but I'm sure I'm going to use this all the knowledge in my future life also. But this is a prominent rule for all the current married people, or if you are already married and if you want to maintain a romance in your relationship, then you should definitely check out this rule. I'm not going to much talk about this, but there are few things I really enjoyed. He says that romance is all about the trust. The more trust you have, the more romantic relationship you will get. So he also talks about the few questions that you should ask each day, like how do you feel when you wake up, how you can make your morning more pleasant, what if we try to cut down the electronics equipment when we are sitting together or when we are eating. So it talks a lot about the relationship and why romance is important, why you should increase the romance. He talks about some sexual aspects of the relationship also, which is really great. If you are currently married or if you are already married, then you should definitely read this rule. This is going to help you for sure. Rule 11 is all about do not allow yourself to become arrogant, because I believe arrogance, we all go through this phase of becoming arrogant in our life. But do that really help in your life unless and until you know what are the consequences of that particular arrogance? You will never feel that. So he even says that if we do not know the terror of the arrogance, that's why we become arrogant. We try to feed our ego a lot of stuff around that. But what if he says, how much better could things become if you try to avoid all these kind of grabs? So this is a really kind of average rule for me, but I don't follow the arrogance. I don't become arrogant. Even if I don't become angry as early, I try to meditate and all of those things. So probably this rule is for the people who are more arrogant and who are more angry in their life. The last rule is be grateful in spite of all the sufferings. This is, I believe, which is really important rule, and it's everyone should understand this. He also talks about why you should be optimist, why being optimist will help you in your life. Obviously there are few people who think about optimistic and I mean positive sides, and there are few people who talks about the pessimist, which is completely negative side. But I believe this rule will definitely help you, each and everyone. What he says that suffering is like you cannot replace the suffering. You have to go through suffering in your life, whether it is a job, whether it is a family problem, mental health, physically. A lot of times we suffer, and unless and until we go through the suffering, then and then only we will understand a lot of things in our life. So that's about this suffering. But even if suffering, you have to keep patience, you have to understand, you have to be grateful for a lot of things. Like the food you eat, you should be grateful for that. Your family, your friends, your society, a lot of things you can be grateful for. So we always talk about the suffering is just one part of your life, but there are a lot of other parts you have to be grateful. So don't just like 1% of suffering damage you 99% of your life. So it's all about that you should be grateful in your life. That's all about this book. To be honest, this book is really big, like 400 plus pages. I took me a lot of time to finish this book, just because there is a lot of examples in this book. The only problem I have with this book is only the examples, because he talks about his own examples, the client examples, how he helped them, what are the problems. But the examples are so big. It can be reduced to at some extent. That's the reason I hated this. I didn't like this book, because a lot of examples, lot of details. I don't feel like it is really necessary. This book can be short down into 200 or 250 pages also, and that will become more quality material everyone who wants to read this book. If you already read the previous book, then you will understand this book also much better. But if you are directly jumping on this book, then I will not suggest you to directly jump on this book, because it's better to read the previous book, which is really great and really easy. This book is also great. This book talks the modern way, the 12 more loops, more rules that will help you in your life. There are few rules I definitely enjoyed, like the rule 2, rule 7, which are definitely great, and I really enjoyed this because I already felt those, I already applied that rule in my life. So that's all about this book by Jordan Peterson. If you want more detailed resources about this book, then make sure to join the newsletter, where I'm going to share a lot of new things in the description, or you will find into the comment pin. So that's all for the today's video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I already made one video on the Jordan Peterson books. You can check it out here, and if you want to check the greatest secret books review, you can check it out here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye, tata, take care.